Right, the big day has arrived. 2nd of March, classic day, as per normal. Big stables, a lot of runners. Mark, you've got a good few runners on the day. Let's start with race 1, Cherry on Baby. There was a lot of talk of her first time, and she looked very, very green first time out.
Yeah, she was greener than expected, let's put it that way. So I hope she doesn't throw that at us again. She's a delicate filly. She's a filly with ability, but she is delicate. She does have a couple of issues, which we just got to work around. This mile, given her pedigree, should not be a problem. As I say, she's definitely definitely got ability, but you know, there's always caution when a horse does have a few side shows like she does.
Perfect. Race 2, a beautiful bred son of Vercingetorix called Gatorix. You're running him in an open company. Obviously, you must think quite highly of him to take on a very good horse of Paul Peters.
Yeah, it's hard to assess juvenile form. You know, you get a few that look really good this time of the year, especially if they wound up. I would say he's definitely ready to run a good race. Given the pedigree, I think he's going to be more of a classic horse. He shows us quite a nice bit of ability, a good bit of speed, not that blinding sprinter speed, but real quality speed. He's a quality-looking individual, and I'm dead keen to see how he goes. I mean, if I ran in the first 3, I'd be ecstatic.
Perfect. Then, race 5, you've got the 3 fillies. Bonetta, Good Queen Bess, and Humdinger. Let's start with Bonetta. She ran a very, very good race last time, also coming back in trip a little bit.
Yeah, I've come back. She ran well over a 2-4, and then disappointingly, it's probably not her best trip. She's just one of those fillies that seems to run well over all distances, but don't really have a favourite one. She's got ability, and she's certainly a filly that I wouldn't expect to be too far off here where she's at the weights.
Good Queen Bess also showing holding form quite nicely with 52 on her back.
Yeah, she's actually, since we took the blinkers off now, she seems to be more relaxed, seems to be maturing. I mean, it's taken forever. But a filly that I've always thought has been underperforming, although her last few, I think she's actually been running quite well. I was always a little skeptical. Well, at first I thought she'd stay a mile, no problem, and I've been a bit skeptical because she just wasn't doing anything when we put her over ground. But right now she's going well. A reasonable draw, a filly that's obviously going to come from off the pace. She was running on strongly last time. She ran on very strongly to win the 14 Pinnacle. So, you know, one can never sort of write her off because I do believe she's got a little bit of quality about her.
Yeah. And then we've got Humdinger with Pierre Stradum on board.
Yeah, these type of condensed handicaps do actually favour these fillies right at the top end of the weights. I mean, she's a magnificent looking filly, and she's done exceptionally well for us. The mile is always stretching her. You know, she's run some quality races over a mile in some very strong fields, but I still say it's not her best trip. But again, you could say this wouldn't be the strongest field she's ever bumped, albeit that she's giving away weight.
Quite an open race.
Yeah, so, you know, again, she's pretty honest, so I'm expecting a good run from her.
Right, and then off to one of the big ones. Let's start off with Silver Sanctuary first.
Yeah, I thought it was a very good run last time, especially over a mile. I think she's a filly that the further she goes, the better she's going to be. This is definitely a preferred trip and further, and she's had a great prep. I can't say any more about it. She's really in a good space. And
then Champagne Cocktail over the right trip now, I think.
This and further. We're starting to get there now. She's drawn 2. We've added a tongue tie with her. But she's a filly that's really got to get out there and use the massive action that she has and use her stamina. So I think this will suit her given the draw. And, you know, she will make sure it's a stamina event. A nice filly that's had 2 disappointing runs, but I think we're back on track with her.
And then obviously the one and only, give me another, trying the 18, Mark.
Yeah, look, she's a wonderful filly, and she's been so straightforward to train. It's unbelievable. You know, you keep on wondering, you know, each time that can she win? You know, she just keeps getting better and better. I just don't know where the bottom of her is. As she's, you know, her progression has been very, I'm not going to say pleasantly surprising. It was the fact that she wins so well is surprising, because she just does enough at home to keep you happy. But there is, you know, there is an engine there that wants to, that likes a finish, likes a fight, no problem. She's had a good prep. The 18 should not be a problem, given the female line. 16, 18, she should be really comfortable around. She's bumping the same fillies. So, you know, if they give me another that we know turns up on Saturday, should be a massive runner.
Great. Right, and then we go to the Colts Classic. Give me another chance. I think third run off the gelding, Michael. I thought his last run was good.
Yeah, look, the last run was a strange run in that it finished up with 2 races with a horse in the middle of the field that just really couldn't hold his position, and actually, in a way, messed the race up, because it became detached from the front group. And there were a bunch, he's one of them, that ran on quite well from the back of the field. I was always at a bit of a question mark about whether he'd get further than a mile. I may still have that question mark, but the way he ran on and settled Dosta, which is something he hasn't done in a while, he's actually settled.
The geldings also helped, I think, to get him to settle, right?
Oh, there's no doubt. But if one takes Sandringham Summit out of it, it actually becomes fairly open. I think if Sandringham Summit gets the run of the race, he's the real quality, and I mean, the ratings will tell you that as well. I mean, we've obviously all got him to beat. Again, I think 1800 is probably going to be a top end of where he gets to. But he's a quality horse. You know, everyone else is going to need a little bit of luck to roll him.
Sure. And then a race that's close to both of our hearts, the horse Chestnut. You've got 2 horses in the race. Let's start off with the big bay horse, Dave the King, with Pierre Stradham on board.
Yeah, he's been doing well since gelded as well. He's a far more relaxed horse, easier to handle. I like the fact that Pierre's had a sit on him. Again, this is quite a quality field. This average ratings are right up there, and we've got some Cape participation, which is very nice to see. This is really what I think all of us in racing want to see is the provincial participation. Yeah. Absolutely, and you know, we must thank and applaud those trainers for making the effort. But a tough race with Princess Carla the horse to beat. I think what beats her wins. She's drawn well, 57.5.
Getting a 6 allowance.
Yeah, ratings in her favour. She's had a long season. That would be the one thing that might just be against her, whereas there's quite a few coming in here fairly fresh going into the race. So it's a hell of a race, really interesting race. I think that the public will be well pleased on Saturday. They've got, you know, three really good races to look forward to, and some proper quality horses running. It's one of the better race meetings we've had in Gauteng for a while.
Sure. Michael, safe passage in the same race with JP on.
Yeah, he's a bit of a in and out sort these days. It's always going to be a bit on the sharp side for him, and we're prepping for the 2000. He's well drawn. I think he could have a place chance.
Yeah. Then race 9, the sprinter, obviously Fico, 53.5 on his back with Muzi on. Also a tough sprinting race, Mark, I thought, going through the race as well. A couple of nice sprinters in there. Obviously Dice.
Well, I mean, Dice, you know, I mean, Dice is a super horse. He's a really, really beautiful, in my opinion, the best sprinter in the country.
He's got to give weight though.
Yeah, he's giving away. He's a big, strong horse. You know, at the conditions, with again a condensed handicap, are actually in his favour.
Yeah.
But he does give away the weight. And the inside draw I don't like for him. That's the thing I don't like, which actually got him beat in the Pinnacle, if you ask me, was the inside draw. When
Cabela rode him, yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously the horse to beat, we quite well in at the weights, at the bottom end there. She's quick. I like her draw. A very good win last time and a very courageous win, but this is a massive step up. But again, I think we've always got to respect the likes of Dice.
And then race 9, Elector coming back from a rest, Michael. You had him, he's coming back from a nice rest, but got nice form.
Wasn't a bad run last time, and I think the form of the race is actually not too bad. But he came back pretty lame, so he had to have a long layoff. Coming back into this race a bit fresh, and in my opinion, not at his best.
Perfect. Thank you very much. All the best for Saturday. Let's have some good racing, and I'm sure the public will enjoy it. Like you said, there's some top horses running, and it'll be a lovely afternoon.
Yeah, top race day, not to be missed in my opinion.
Absolutely.